JeffAngryTonight.com. I don't know. It's going to be a night. Okay, here we go. An umpire and a vampire square off week after week, reviewing movies outside their own strike zone. This week's movies, the 2001 Driven and 1985's The Stuff, starring Sylvester Stallone, Michael Moriarty, Estelle Warren, Andrea Morovici, I had it right this afternoon, Garrett Morris, Rennie Harlan, Gina Gershon, and Paul Sorvino. Now two guys who will have their cake and eat it too. Tim Kretschmann and Jeff Miller.
Yummy, yummy.
Yeah.
We have
like the stuff.
We got the movie tonight for the yummy yummies.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to Dead on the Bases. I'm Tim Kretschmann. I'm a horror movie fan, and he's Jeff Miller. He's a sports fan. He's my friend. He's my buddy, but I usually just call him Chum, especially around my shark friends.
I get it now.
Yeah, now you
because chum is what you throw in
right.
But then
right.
a chum could be a friend. I get it.
Correct. But Jeff, what you do is you assign me a horrible, disgusting sports film.
Not
and
necessarily.
then I give you a nice family-friendly horror film.
Also
that warms the hearts of all that get to watch it.
So here's the thing.
Here's
half of that's true and half of it's false.
Somebody count how many hear the things that happened tonight.
Here's the thing.
You are so keyed up.
I know.
Oh,
I mean, man. Son of a gun. But no. So this week I gave Tim 2001 Driven with Sylvester Stallone.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Formula One racing. Something a little different than what
Which
we do.
is also IndyCar,
yeah.
right? They also call it IndyCar, but like almost none of it is done in this country.
Right.
Because it's far too boring.
But I'm going to that race in a few weeks.
Are you?
Yeah, at the end of November next month. At the end of November, I'm going out to Las Vegas. I'm going to see the Formula One race out in the Grand Prix race in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And I'm going to see the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere.
That is very interesting to me. I'm jealous of you for it, but I mean, it's a movie I've seen so many times that I'm like, it's not like it's going to ruin the experience of the film to have it altered the way that it is. But
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I've never seen the whole movie. I haven't. It was too terrifying as a kid. So I've never seen the whole movie. I've seen bits and pieces. I've never really seen the whole movie. I don't know how it ends. I don't.
Do you want my Blu-ray to pre-game it?
No, I think at this point, I want to go into it seeing it for the first time.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I know that and you see things on TikTok where you.
Are you going to sing along? Are you going to sing along? Follow the yellow brick road.
No. No.
You.
Unless there's a few midgets standing by me.
You are not. We don't call them midgets.
Oh, that's right.
We call them shorty Americans.
But anyways, no, I've never.
We're going to end up off the. Well,
no.
Nobody can take
no, I've never seen the movie that in its entirety. I've seen like the beginning. Everybody always sees the beginning, and you see him on the yellow brick road. That part, I know that.
You are totally mesmerized by that graphic.
Anyways, so that's it. So and then Tim, you gave me a movie. What'd you give me?
That movie, the movie I gave you really had the stuff. And the stuff is a 1985 film. You're going to hear all about it because Jeff is going to tell us how long it was, about 13 times, during his review that is happening right now.
All right. So I had the movie The Stuff. Oh, there we are. Look at that. Brew Crew.
And look, it put your little name there. And I want you to be looking up because you always claim I don't put your email up on the screen. Your email comes up.
See it.
It's going to take just a second. There it is.
Oh,
see it?
You know what? You know what's going on?
What?
Is
You're
that
usually grabbing your notes at this time.
When I give that out, I've been giving it .gov.
Why would you think we're a government agency? We are so far from... And here I have all your socials up there. I mean,
that's why my emails have been low.
That must be it.
I've been giving out cards and I've told them it's .gov.
That must be it.
It's .com, folks. So it's
You should probably read the card as well when you... Okay.
Okay. Anyways.
The Stuff.
Excuse me.
I'm going to steal his entire review.
No.
It's an hour 20.
No. What is it? Oh, yeah, it is an hour and 27 minutes long. But it is rated R. For whatever reason, I don't know. This was a very tame R, if you ask me.
I agree with that.
1985, it's rated R. It's an hour and 27 minutes long. Now, let's get down that little rabbit hole. An hour and 27 minutes, and this is throwing me off, so I'm just going to buzz past this. I don't know why they have the bang the drum slowly as the preview for the stuff. I don't understand that.
That's called IMDb.
Yeah,
Screen has been up there so long, it just starts scrolling through other stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's
so,
why.
Anyway, so the stuff. So here, hour and 27 minutes long, rated R, soft R. Just like when you're playing blackjack, you can have a 17 or a soft 17. This is a soft R.
I agree.
But hour and 27 minutes long, that is very, very, that's correct. That time is correct. No, but I mean, as far as it didn't feel like it was too long or too short.
No, it's a good length.
It's a good length. That's what she said. Anyways, that's got to be the first one of this year, right?
No.
No? All right. So I do have notes on my phone, and I'll see how many I remember without going to my phone because I don't want to look at certain things on there. But there's a couple things about this movie. First of all, I felt this movie, and after I watched it, I read through a little bit about it to learn about it, and I know why the answer to this first part is why it is. It felt very disjointed to me. There was a lot of jumps from this idea to this idea. This person's talking about this. Now this person's talking about something completely different because they had to cut it up.
I'm going to tell you something. I watched the movie, as I always do.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie a number of times.
A number of times?
I rewatched it to prepare for tonight.
What?
And as I'm watching it, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I know Jeff is going to have, quote, a lot of questions. Because logically, this movie just makes major jumps.
It does. It does.
It is nonsensical in a lot of portions. I enjoy this movie, but I will grant you, it doesn't quite seem to come together.
It doesn't. And I'm going to hold my cards close to my chest here. You're not going to know whether I really enjoyed it or I really didn't enjoy it. But I'm going to just give you the facts right now. So, yes, it's all over the place. Like, for example, and there are going to be no spoilers in this, but for example, our main character...
See, when he says that, I get my hand ready over here.
Our main character, David, all right, played by Michael Moriarty, he meets Nicole.
Do you know Michael Moriarty?
It sounds familiar.
He was on one of the Law and Order shows for like 100 years. He was like the DA or something.
I never watched that.
But he made a lot of horror movies early in his career.
Okay. This had been very early on because of the acting ability of these people. But let me get on. Now he meets...
See, I'm going to disagree with you. I thought there was good acting, but it's a very campy movie.
Yes. Okay, fair enough.
That's the type of acting you need for this movie.
So are you telling me that it was supposed to be that way? They were supposed to act like that?
This is like Batman.
Okay.
This is like Batman.
I thought
it's very much a... This is not real. I mean, David, okay, you called him David. Does he ever introduce himself as that? No, it's Mo. They call me Mo because when they give me money, I always ask for Mo. And it's like, oh my God, how do you deliver that line without it being absolutely ridiculous? And the answer is, you don't. You let it be ridiculous.
There was a lot of ridiculous lines there that I think made the movie because I honestly think this movie was kind of more on the comedy end of it, kind of. But
if you read the background, there was a whole argument about that. The director, Larry Cohen, wanted this to be more of a comedy satire. And the people that made it, Roger Corman's company, New World Pictures, made this. They wanted more of a horror film. Do you know why? Because horror movies sell, ladies and gentlemen. They knew they could make money on that. And The Blob was pretty...
I got something to say about that
time. And they thought, let's do this. And if you look at that poster we have, that does not let you think that this is going to be a funny comedy.
No. And that's some of this that I'm going to get into. Let me finish my first thought about David and Nicole.
Yes.
About the disjointedment. So she's running an ad. She's running an ad company that makes things popular. She makes stuff popular. People want to eat this stuff. Right? right? He meets her. He asks her out. They never actually go out. But the next time they get together, they kiss. And I'm like, well, and then they're actually a couple.
5 minutes later, they're in a hotel room.
Yeah, and they're in a, and I'm like, okay, so this is all craziness. So this movie also gave me a lot of They Live vibe. There you go. I am not wrong by this. They gave me a lot of the They Live vibe on this. I know it was a blob, but talking about being taken over by one whole entity like They Live, where everybody was one of the aliens or the Martians or whatever. But I'm just saying, do you not get that kind of a feel?
No, absolutely.
Oh, okay, absolutely.
I absolutely get the same feel. And
I was waiting for
that's
someone
what they're doing.
Yes, so they accomplished that. That's for sure.
If you watch this movie could not possibly be more 1985.
Oh my God. Yes, absolutely.
It is so 1985, and it's hilarious because those were my formative years. They were your formative years. We were in high school at the time.
Yeah.
And you just sit there and you watch this and all the neon colors.
Yep.
The aerobics, the health food sensation, the advertising. It all feels very much of that time. But watching it now, there are correlations with the whole fake news and that sort of stuff of we can make people believe whatever we want. One of the things that they point out in the movie, and may I quickly kind of tell you the stuff?
Yes, you may.
the stuff that we're talking about is a dessert product.
Sure,
that's
right.
Nobody knows what's actually in it, but it's like a sensation, and everybody's, oh, it tastes so good, and yet it's good for you, and blah blah blah. I've lost weight on the stuff, and blah blah blah. Literally, in the first scene in the movie, a guy's out in the snow, and he sees the stuff that looks like shaving cream coming out of the snow. His instinct is, let me shovel this stuff right into my mouth. I
was surprised when I saw that. I'm like, what's
going on? And it's like, oh, I get it. Because movie. We don't have movie if you don't. Right. But you sit there and you see that and you just kind of go, okay, we're in crazy town from the start of the movie.
Exactly. And that was what it was. There's a scene where the kid in this show, he's
a piece of work.
Oh, he's a piece of work. But he's like escapes, but he's on a plane. Okay, I'm not giving anything away. He's on a plane. He wakes up. He's like, where's everybody? The stuff is coming after him. But instead of running towards the airport terminal, because that's where there would be people or a vehicle, he runs into the woods, into the mines. And
Right. Because that way he could get attacked.
Right. So anyways, so this movie also has Garrett Morris in there from Saturday Night Live. I thought that was kind of cool. He was...
Garrett Morris didn't do a whole lot of movies.
No.
And I know that he doesn't like talking about this movie because Larry Cohen, the director, is... pretty unilaterally, everybody says he's just a jackass, a jerk. There are movies just on Larry Cohen, and now that you've seen this movie, you might find it interesting.
Okay.
But, he is a massive asshole, and Garrett Morris will not talk about this movie, but it's probably his biggest movie outside of Saturday Night Live. Now, he's done a couple sitcoms that have done well.
Two Broke Girls.
Yeah, and there was another one before that. I think he was on Martin or something like that. But yeah, Two Broke Girls. He was on there for, 5-6 years?
Yeah, Kat Dennings in there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Anyways, but Garrett Morris plays Chocolate Chip Charlie, and before I read anything, before I did anything, I thought of Famous Amos right away. And sure enough, that's what they made him after. And that was pretty cool.
That character is Famous Amos.
Oh, I know. And I how I remember Famous Amos? When I was in these years, I would be going to the airport late at night. That's when you could go in the airport. And this is like 2 o'clock in the morning. You could go anywhere. And they had the big Famous Amos poster up there. And it just... Yeah. So I thought of Famous Amos immediately. So let's just get back into this a little bit. Is Larry Cohen, is he like part of the Coen brothers?
No.
Oh, he's not. Okay.
No.
All right. No. Anyways, so what's her name? She also makes her movie debut in this.
What's her name?
Yeah, the Sorvino girl.
Oh, Mira Sorvino.
Yeah, this is her movie debut. She's in there somewhere.
Well, she's the daughter of Paul Sorvino, who plays the colonel in there. So I'm sure he said, we need a bunch of soldiers. Can one of them be my daughter? And they said, yes, Mr. Sorvino.
Let's get her ARP card or whatever it is.
A SAG card. Well, I don't think she got a SAG card on this because I don't think she has a line. You have to have
a line?
I think it's like 2 lines or 3 lines. You have to have a certain amount of lines, and then you get to another level. There's like extras, paid extras, and then there's SAG where you're actually like acting.
Okay. So this stuff, it's an hour and 27 minutes long.
There you go.
But anyways, that's my starting point. But so what is it looks like if you're ever in the store and you see this stuff called fluff, it looks like that. It's like marshmallow fluff. Okay. And it's like a dessert, like Tim said. And how this starts to transform, it's already made, it's also already been very popular. And you see this family, and this kid gets up in the middle of the night. He wants to get something to eat. He sees it crawling around in the refrigerator. He's like, I don't want this. But wasn't that family that family was dysfunctional. That dad, oh my God, you're going to eat this. You're going to eat this stuff. You're going to eat.
Well, but again.
And the mom is getting upset about it.
What they're making fun of is health food. And I know that my mom used to sit me at the table and say, you're going to eat this broccoli.
But that's vegetables. Not. This is like an ice cream. This is terrible.
Right. But it was being sold, and people are saying, oh, I'm losing weight. And, this one gets brought up a lot with Ozempic and the substance and, all those movies as well, where it's kind of in that corner, and it's interesting from that standpoint. But I see it, and the other times I saw the movie, I always kind of went in thinking, oh, it's a horror movie like The Blob. But this is not a horror movie like The Blob.
And another thing which is deceiving, is I watched the trailer before I watched this movie, and I'm like, holy balls, what am I in for? I mean, the trailer, all you're seeing is like very action Blob. I'm like, oh my God. But when you watch the movie,
Garrett Morris's death is pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
So they have the goods are in the movie, but it's all pretty preposterous and
You know what else is in the movie? What? Where's the beef woman?
Yep.
Where's the stuff? Yep. I picked her up right away. I recognized her.
They hired her for that line.
Right, but I mean, growing up in that period, we could relate to that.
But again, they were taking on advertising. Who better than to have that lady on there? For those of our younger audience members, there was a famous Wendy's ad where an elderly lady looks at a hamburger. This was for Wendy's. And they were at a competitive, a different hamburger place. And they had a bun that was about this size. And they had like a nickel-sized hamburger on there. And she looks at it and goes, where's the beef? And they make a allusion to that. If you never saw that commercial,
you wouldn't know. Yep.
Right over your head.
But growing up in that time period and seeing that, it brought back some good memories. Right. Fish was in it. Abe Vigoda.
He was purportedly alive at that time.
Where's the beef? She's not alive anymore, is she?
No. I don't think Abe is either.
I don't think so.
But he didn't seem to die for the longest time, and nobody believed it when he did die because everybody had announced he was dead like 7 times before he actually died.
I have to admit, though, that, like I said, this movie was more comedy, not as much horror as it would have got me. But
it's definitely satire. Yeah.
But when the kid is he finds himself inside this truck, inside like this big container inside this truck. I got anxiety being in there because I'm thinking to myself, once you shut that, you're done for it because I know that they're going to be putting the stuff in there. But I actually that was the only time during this movie that I was like really anxious. You
know what this movie reminds me of?
What?
It's like, I don't know if you ever read this magazine, but it feels like a Mad Magazine.
It does.
Storyline. You can almost see the frames of Mark
Yes.
Drucker drawing this thing out, because it's like a Mad Magazine, which if you ever read Mad Magazine, no, it isn't belly laugh after belly laugh, but you read it and you go, oh, that's funny. That's funny. And that's what this movie is.
That's what it comes down to once you digest it and you're digest it, the stuff. Anyways, I also noticed that they were able to work some political angles in this too.
Oh yeah.
And there's this very firm mention of the Vietnam War. So I was surprised that they touched on that in the movie, but they found a way to get in there for whatever reason.
Right.
So let's wrap this one up.
Okay, so you want to give it a...
I do want to give it a...
wait a minute. We have our other feature.
Yeah.
Here we go.
PvP.
What do you think? Am I going to do pretty good on this one?
I know you probably did, but I'm going to say 3.
Well, I found...
Look at it. Oh, it's only 1.
No, it's one. It's 3 steps.
Okay.
So yeah, you're technically correct.
Of course.
So we connected it to Eric Roberts again through First Dog. That Dick Van Patten and Eric Roberts was in a movie with Michael Moriarty early in both of their careers. So it was a pretty straightforward one. I have a feeling First Dog is going to be like when we had Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
There was, is Pauly Shore dead?
Yeah.
That one connected to like 10,000 people. I have a feeling First Dog is going to be that for us.
Okay.
With, Dick Van Patten.
Is Eric Roberts, I might have asked you this, is he related to Julia?
He is. I can't remember. It's not a brother. I think it's like a cousin or something. But he is related. And by the way, Eric Roberts a lot of times is a punchline because he's made so many movies, and a lot of them, kind of like Nicolas Cage, where people forget he was a really good actor at one point because he just says yes to everything. But he was in the first movie with Danny Trejo, who is Machete, you know?
Yeah.
He was in the movie Runaway Train.
Right.
And if you have never seen Runaway Train, it's not a horror movie. It's an action film. It's one of the best movies.
Runaway Train.
Movies.
All right.
Runaway Train. It is so good. And he plays kind of like this whiny bitch that it's him and John... Was it John Voight? I think it's John Voight. They escape from a prison in the winter, like in Alaska or something, and they jump onto a train like a hobo, and the thing is out of control, and there's 4 locomotives connected to each other, so they're going like 100 miles per hour on a track that they should not be doing that.
Okay, don't tell me anymore.
It's really good.
And it's called what?
Runaway Train.
All right.
Runaway Train. But yeah, I like Eric Roberts a lot. I think he takes a lot of guff for things outside of his control.
Okay, like that Runaway Train.
Yeah, like the Runaway Train.
So
time to score this bad boy.
Yeah, you know what? I mean...
Here, let me help you.
No, don't put anything up there, Tim. I don't want to see anything because I don't want to let it influence me. Is it off?
Yeah.
Or not? All right. Here's how
I know it's not going to be that.
I don't even know what you had up there. So, but here's the thing.
I'm going to use it as a clip, though.
The thing of it is that when I go into these movies, sure, I usually make sure there's like a story to it. Mm-hmm. Beginning and end. You know that there's times that I'm like, oh my God, that was terrible. Mm-hmm. And I also go by if I just couldn't get through it. So, excuse me. This I'm going to give it a 7.
A 7.
A 7
that's about where I was hoping you would go.
A 7 that I'll never watch again.
Right.
But I can see this being put on if you have a party, you're just drinking or whatever, and you just have it on in the background. It's 7 where it's worth watching, but I'm not going to be the person going, you got to watch this stuff.
No, I don't disagree with you. It's got its problems. It's got its moments, but it's also fun. You don't sit there and go, oh, when are they going to get done with this scene? No, they're 2 scenes down before you even think that.
It was put together enough for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hang with this one. All right.
All right. Well, you know what? A lot of people, when you're talking about advertising, a lot of people bring up the merch at Dead on the Bases. So we'd like to show you one of our fantastic advertisements for merch.
We should see if we get Nicole to do it for us.
There's a new merch in town.
Let's make some merch money.
Look at this sexy thing. You could be wearing this on a shirt very soon. It's our new merch. Get your Dead on the Bases merch right now, and you can
open it up Muskego style.
Ever tell you I was employee of the month at Farmore? I tell you that time.
Every time we bring it up.
I tell you that time I was employee of the month and they gave me a watch.
Well, we also have some other things to talk about here today on the show. And one of them is going to be Otherworldly Culture itself as a network. We've got a lot going on over here. And one of the things we want to remind everybody is that you can subscribe. Look at all those different logos. We're on Pandora, YouTube, Spotify, Podcast Index, iHeart, RSS feeds, Pocket Cast, TuneIn, Amazon Music, and Apple.
And they're all free.
All free because nobody will pay us.
What's the one with the orange one? What's that one?
Up in the, that's the RSS feed. That's what actually makes everything work.
Oh.
Yeah. That's more of a generic thing. But coming up next week on Dead on Thursday, we're going to have Dead on movie reviews with Mike Exler, Michael Cieslik, and Adam Holtzhoff.
And that is something that, if you are a horror movie fan, that is something to watch.
I'm going to be doing
that
a
is something to
review.
watch.
I'm kind of leaning toward doing The Monkey.
Are you saying that to me like I know what that's about?
I'm sure you've seen it.
I've never. I wanted to watch
because you've seen every famous movie ever made. It's like something over the rainbow for you.
Zombievers. No. I'm sure plenty of people have never seen Wizard of Oz.
No, that's not true. Yeah, you haven't.
I know.
But we want to remind everybody that Dragon's Roost, Michael Cieslik's new book from his publishing company, It's Dark in Here, is coming out. That includes a squirrel poem and lots of horror stories.
Really?
21, I think, horror stories and one poem about squirrels.
Yeah. What do you mean? It's like short stories? Like legit stories?
Yeah.
Not true ones.
Well, not true ones.
Did he write them?
He didn't write this particular one. He's the publisher on this one.
Oh. Yeah. I should write a story. I wonder how many pages it has to be. How many pages do you think it has to be?
It's going to be longer than whatever you're thinking of.
What if I could maybe I can write a story. I'm gonna write a horror story.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Oh, boy. And it's going to start with, this story is 38 minutes long.
17 pages.
We want to also scream out at Darkside Collectibles. They are going to have Sean Weiss, and he actually covers our type of world because he did a very famous sports movie in The Mighty Ducks when he was a young man, and he most recently made a horror movie. And you can learn more about that February 7th in Plum, Pennsylvania.
Really?
At Darkside Collectibles. We also want to remind everybody about this thing. You want to tell people what it is?
Yeah, it's basically what you read up there. It's Monday Mayhem with McIntyre and Miller, Susie McIntyre, and myself, Jeff Miller. We get together on Mondays. We talk about just about everything and anything, and none of it really is coherent. I mean, but we just got done interviewing Jennifer Baptiste, and that was a lot of fun, actually, Tim. I mean, that was a lot of fun. So we will have we will be interviewing people too, but for the most part, it's get a handful of spaghetti, throw it at the wall, and see what sticks.
And remember, that's coming to Otherworldly Culture on
Monday, Monday, Monday.
Oh, it's Mondays, yeah.
Back in
Monday.
time, little Monday.
I like the music.
You know, it took us forever.
I know. I know.
It's funny how long some of that stuff actually does take.
That's what she said.
Thank you. All right.
You didn't know I was going to do that.
No, I was totally leading you right up to it.
Okay,
Let's remind everybody, too, coming February 27th through March
Yes.
1st, Horror Realm is coming back to Pittsburgh. We want to remind everybody to get your film in. How's your movie coming along?
Just about done.
Just about done.
I have to put the credits on it.
Okay, and you have to start filming it.
It's done.
So it's coming soon. Now, we got some heavy hitters this year. We have Greg Nicotero is coming out. We got Derek Mears. We have William Catt. I have actually met William Catt before. He's the greatest American hero, along with being in Carrie and House. And he's a super nice guy, but incredibly sarcastic. So he was complimenting me in a way where I kind of feel like he didn't mean it. And it hurt my feelings.
But he was being sarcastic, so he did mean
Yeah,
it.
he was totally pulling my leg.
Ah.
But he's a fun guy. And I don't mean
A
that he's
mushroom.
a mushroom, yes. Andrew Givoff is coming, and I'm looking forward to Jaws 50, of course. Jeffrey Kramer is coming. He is the deputy from Jaws. You can tell which ones I really like because I stop and I talk about them more. This is a rare one. We have one of the directors of Blair Witch Project.
That movie.
Yeah, you love that movie. I should give that to you a couple times.
I mean, it's a good movie, but I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate what it does to my
It
head.
scares you.
Yeah.
Allie from Wrestling. So she's a sports connection. You should probably talk to her.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you should do that. Because wrestling's the only true sport anyway.
Yeah.
We have a couple folks from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Caroline Williams, and Bill Moseley.
Did I have that one? No, I just had one, right? Is this like the legit two, like the legit one, or is this like one of the off spurts?
No, this is the sequel to the movie
Okay.
you watched.
Okay.
This is a highly divisive movie, Texas Chainsaw 2. So you'll get it. I'll be giving you this movie at
Divisive means.
some point. People either love it or hate it.
Okay.
I think that's fair to say. There are people that absolutely love it. It is a bit of a campy one. It's a little more tongue in cheek.
Okay.
Where the first one is just brutal. It's a brutal movie. So, Silent Night, Deadly Night. We got the first two Santas from the first and second movies are going to be there, and Tara Buckman, which again is one of those people that has a little sports background, being in Cannonball Run. She was in that.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a couple other guests. I'm looking forward to Dana DiLorenzo because she was on Ash vs. Evil Dead, which I thought, at least the first season, was really, really strong. I enjoyed it a lot. But we have some podcasters with Grim Life Collective. They were popular, came out, I think, in 23 or 24. And a lot of people liked meeting them, and they're coming out again. And they chase actual real, like, ghost stories.
Really?
So I think you should hook up with them and go along because they don't get scared anymore. And you would just pee yourself. It would be great.
Well, wait a second.
Everybody would love that.
Wait a second. Shouldn't we have like a little card of us podcasters too? Are they coming to see us?
We have not been announced.
Oh, okay.
I refuse.
Waiting to sign the contract?
Well, I'm going to be pretty tough, as you know. I like to negotiate.
Yeah. I'm easy.
Yes, you are.
Just whip
That's
a little...
what she said.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, okay.
Why am I seeing the horror movie convention connection right now? What is that? Get there we go. Jeez. Tick me off. Anyway, I had a movie, but only in the most abstract of ways, because I don't know that you would actually say it's a movie.
What?
It's Driven from 2001 with Sly Stallone. I say that because it hardly felt like anybody put any effort into this film whatsoever.
Oh, my God.
Let me give you the plot synopsis. I read over what they had in IMDb, and I decided that was crap. Their plot synopsis was terrible. Let me help you, dear listeners and viewers. This is the movie Days of Thunder with Formula One cars. You have a young, arrogant driver that gets a mentorship. He gets in his own way with wild stunts, has a humbling accident, learns from the mentor, and then succeeds. That is a spoiler. But too bad. Because
put your little thing up
the
there. Put
movie's
your-
already... Okay, there you go. There you go. That's
Where's
a
the noise?
spoiler.
How come you don't have the noise?
I don't know why the
I'll
noise
do it.
isn't coming. Yeah, that isn't annoying at all. I couldn't believe in this movie, like the opening sequence is them showing this young, arrogant driver win like 15 races in a row. He loses one race and they're like, oh my God, he's in the tailspin.
I did find that
And I was like,
confusing, yes.
you're pulling the emergency release pretty quick. They overreacted.
I agree.
They go and they reach out to Sly Stallone to help him out. Now, I'm going to tell you this. The last movie we talked about, it couldn't be more 1985 if it tried.
Yep.
This movie cannot be more 2001. This was like the end of the grunge period in the United States. And it just felt like that gritty, spinny, we really don't know what to do with music videos anymore, period, in filmmaking. It's a loud, kinetic movie. And because they're always doing a whip pan or they're running around and they're doing all this shit. Where is it?
It's over here.
Because they're doing that, I found it hard to engage in the movie because I thought I was going to get a neck cramp. It was crazy.
It's a little dramatic.
Now, there is a scene I want to bring up like immediately.
All right, wait, I probably know which one. Go ahead.
They're in Chicago.
Yep.
And for a set of reasons I'm not going to get into because frankly, everything in this movie you probably could have figured out after the first 10 minutes. The young driver gets upset, jumps into a Formula car, and just goes hellbound for the horizon through downtown Chicago.
Yeah.
He has no windshield, and they're going in these basically jet vehicles through downtown Chicago, and Sly Stallone is like yelling to him, hey, pull over! Adrian, pull over! You know. Now, they did have some things that really would happen, like the manholes flying in the air and breaking glass because they're going so fast. Okay, but this is the most ridiculous car action scene I've seen without the participation of Vin Diesel. Absolutely ridiculous. Here's the other thing. They have a lot of race scenes in this movie.
It's a sports movie.
Right. That's not to the benefit of this film. Because everybody in this movie, the first thing they do before they put on a helmet is they put on a full-on ski mask so you can't tell who anybody is. And then they use the names. It takes you a good 15, 20 minutes to know who the hell everybody is outside of Jimmy Bly, the young, arrogant driver, and Sly Stallone, whose name I just had to glance over and look at because I don't think they said his name in the movie.
They do.
I don't know. But as I'm watching this, I'm like, the best racing scene was this stupidity going on in Chicago. That was the best, because at least you knew what the hell was going on. The rest of the time, it's a bunch of identical cars with a bunch of advertising on the side of them, going around and trying to beat each other. And then at one point, like a tire comes off of one of the cars. And it's the worst CGI you've ever seen in your life. They could have drawn a tire, had Disney animation put in a tire that looked more realistic than this thing. I was like, why the hell would you CGI a tire? Get a piece a fishing wire, put it on the tire, and go, woo, and it would look like a tire flying through the air. I was like, this is ridiculous. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about the director is Rennie Harlan, who I actually like quite a bit. He was the director of Die Hard 2, which I really like Die Hard 2.
Another Christmas movie.
Deep Blue Sea is a great movie, but he's also responsible for stuff like Cutthroat Island and the Hercules that didn't have The Rock in it. He is real uneven. I suspect Sly Stallone actually wrote the screenplay from somebody else's story, and I guarantee you his process for writing the screenplay is like, how can I put myself in here more and make me the main character? Because the main character absolutely should be Jimmy Bly, the young
hotshot, yeah.
Somehow Sly Stallone becomes like the prime mover in the movie. And it's like, well, this is definitely ego stroking, suck my dick stuff here.
Tim.
Anyway,
Tim.
I think what was going on is Rennie Harlan's trying to direct this movie, and Sly Stallone is saying, "Yo, we need some shaky transitions. We need more smash cuts. Let's swing the camera around. Let's get people dizzy. Let's put the music so damn loud that you can't make out what's going on." When they were on the headsets talking to each other, like, I could never make out what Burt Reynolds was saying.
You're right.
And then I was like, well, it was all nonsense anyway. At one point, Sly Stallone throws coins out on the road. And he's going to drive over them with his hot tires, and they embed in the tire.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
I saw that, and I said, that scene 100% was meant for the young driver, and they gave it to Sly Stallone because it was something where he could look cool. That's 100% what happened there. I don't know. As for the cast, Sly Stallone shows up 10 minutes into the movie because he's a supporting character. And by the time we were 10 minutes into the movie, I was already bored because Sly kind of looked bored. Throughout this movie, I was like, is he on something? Because he just looks tired. Now, Jimmy Bly, our main character, Kip Pardue is the actor's name.
Yeah.
If you're like, hey, who's that? Welcome to the club, ladies and gentlemen. He's no Tom Cruise. You know? Like, he's so incredibly dull as a character. He's like, he parties all night, but then he starts complaining about, I had to do a press conference to his brother, who is played by Robert Sean Leonard, who is a great, ingratiating actor. And then they had him play a complete asshole. And I'm like, no, get a guy that plays smarmy assholes usually. No, they found a guy that's really good at being charming and all that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't come off as real. Then they have this character, Sophia.
Yeah.
Played by Estella Warren. She's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. But she never really caught on as a lead actress.
No, she hasn't.
Because she is so wooden in this movie. She's like a shipping crate filled with lumber. She looks like Amber Heard, but I don't think she's ever shit in a bed. She is what I call a 5-year star. She's one of these hot young women. They make a bunch of movies in 5 years, and you never see them again because they're only hot for 5 years.
She was in Red Riding Hood, wasn't she?
She was in something.
No, but I mean, she was Riding Hood, I think, in that movie.
I don't recall.
Okay.
But we do have horror movie connections coming up. Maybe I got it written
Maybe
down there.
Maybe you do.
Maybe, because frankly, she isn't all that interesting of an actor. A good actor is Gina Gershon. She's still one of the best bitches in the business. And there they did. They hired somebody that is good at playing a bitch.
She's fantastic at that.
She's great at that.
Every movie she's been in where she has to do that.
Okay, there's a scene with Burt Reynolds and Sly Stallone, and you could tell this is the movie where they're like, submitted for your Oscar consideration. It was supposed to be a really good scene, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, both of these guys had so much charisma in the late 70s and early 80s, and both of them look like a bunch of old men that just don't know what they're doing there. It was actually, I was kind of like a little sad.
You felt kind of bad for him.
Now, this is a new segment called Tim Has Questions.
I want to have a segment like that. My whole review is Jeff has questions. You get to name yours? All right,
No,
let's go.
I'm just kidding.
No, let's hear it.
But, okay, the same guy keeps beating the young hotshot, right? So, if you're worried about that guy, why not just kill him? I mean, that would work better than bringing in Sly Stallone, right?
Jesus.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing, why are they wearing these ski masks? They're clearly not skiing.
You know what it's for.
They
Fire retardation.
they don't put the steering wheel in until they get in. What if you screw it in backwards? What are you going to do? Now you got to, I got to turn this way, but it's actually going to turn that way. That seems like, that's not a good idea. And then, like, can you really call it a sport? Because they pull up to the drive-through there and get sodas. Did you see that? They're like, okay, and they all but had a drawer come out to give him his big gulp that he could drink while he's driving, which I don't think they should be promoting drinking and driving. Why is that in there?
This segment is not Tim Has Questions,
you got
Tim's rant.
the rookie drivers are the lead driver on the team. How often does that happen? On Formula One, they're like, oh, you're a young guy. We don't know if you're any fucking good. We're going to make you the lead driver. And the minute you lose one race, we're going to bring in a veteran and he's going to be your backup. What the hell is going on? And what skills involved? You step on the freaking gas and you go faster than the other guys.
Tim.
There's nothing to this. And let's get down to the actual story. Did Stallone actually plan the accident so he could be the driver?
Yes.
I
think he did.
Why was Jimmy stabbing his brother in the back? Because he absolutely was. Why is everyone so impossible to like in your sports movies, Jeff? Why do you keep giving me these? Why is Sophia?
This is incredible, folks.
Why is Sophia coming on to Jimmy when she's still clearly in love with Bo? And is she just messing with him to try to win?
Yes.
And then she's like worried that Bly isn't going to win? And the best question of all, they keep talking about, oh, this is how many miles per hour they're going. Oh, blah, blah, blah. They're in, other than the United States, for like 10 minutes. The rest of this movie is abroad. They should be talking about kilometers per hour. But meanwhile, Stallone has a fit because some reporter says gas instead of fuel. Well, if you're gonna split hairs about what the word is for what you put in the tank, aren't you gonna get upset that people are doing miles per hour?
I call it go-go juice.
Oh my God. And then there's the product placement. Here are some of the advertisers that were on the cars. Because I was afraid I was going to fall asleep, I started writing them down. Motorola and Big Kmart were my favorite two, because both of them are kind of gone.
Yep.
The rest of these are kind of around. Gillette, Energizer, Fujifilm, Craftsman, Winfield, Nextel, Shell, Visa, Firestone, Miller Lite, Cool Cigarettes, Dodge, Pepsi, FedEx, PlayStation, Mercedes-Benz, Molson, STP, of course, STP is going to be in there, Suave, Cheerios, The Lodge, Kleenex, Haynes, Toyota, Coca-Cola, Bosch, Volkswagen, PacWest, Pioneer Electronics, Monroe Tires, Speedstick, Purina, Puppy Chow, and of course the Lodge is not in there. That's a Muskego restaurant that was open. Yeah. Anyway, that was the movie we're talking about. Let's get to the horror movie connections, which are far more interesting.
We just got done with Tim's rant, is what it was. Not Tim's questions, Tim's rant.
Well, okay. I'm willing to call it a rant because that's what it was. And I'm proud of noticing what a piece of garbage you gave me again.
Uncalled for.
Okay. So, first, we have Sly Stallone.
Oh my God, he is so revved up right now, people. Oh, you do not have any clue.
Hall of Famer.
If you're not watching this on YouTube and you're listening to this, oh my God. Go ahead.
So, Hall of Famer for the movie Victory. He was on
Rocky
and
IV.
Rocky and Rocky IV.
Right.
Yeah. So he's been on a bunch of times.
But Over the Top.
Over the Top, he was on. Yeah. In fact, this is the thing I was pointing out.
Oh my God.
I was talking to somebody about this movie, and I said, Over the Top was a much better film. Jesus. And it's made fun of as a punchline all the time. Because that movie, at least, is fun and interesting. This movie is like somber and mean-spirited. Anyway.
I like this review.
Sly Stallone has done 105 movies. He's got a few like bogus ones that are supposedly horror movies in IMDb. I'm going to just say he's a loser. No real horror credits in there, which is unusual because his first movies, he was like a bit player, but he was always playing like a tough thug or something like that. Okay. Burt Reynolds. Also Hall of Famer.
Hell yeah.
He has 186 credits. Can you believe that? He has almost twice as many credits as Sly Stallone. I was shocked by that.
Well, he's older too.
But he was in an episode of the original Twilight Zone, so I'm going to give him, he is not a loser, but he only had 3 films. An astonishing below 2% number for horror movies. That's really low. Now let's talk about Kip Pardue, who nobody knows anymore. He had 64 movies, but believe it or not, another Hall of Famer because he was in Remember the Titans.
There you go.
He was in Hostel 3, which by the time you get to Hostel 3, they're really not that good anymore. But he made 4 horror films. His percentage is 6%, but of a higher percentage would be Stacey Edwards. She's the reporter that doesn't know that you don't call it gas, you call it fuel. Whatever.
Who would I have seen her in? Would I have seen her in anything? She sounds familiar.
Not really.
Okay.
She was in the TV series I liked, Wolf Lake.
No.
And she was in the movie Skeeter, but that's nothing anybody would brag about.
Is that about mosquitoes?
I think that's the one
where
they turned into a giant skeeter or something. Now, Gina Gershon, she has 166 credits. That's more than 60 more than Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
I was shocked by that.
That I'm more shocked at than Burt Reynolds.
She has 8 horror movie credits. Most of them Chucky TV series related. She was in the 1986 version of The Outer Limits, so she must have spent some time in Canada. She was in the TV series Monsters as well. And she was most recently in a movie you watched.
Yep. Thanksgiving. Yep.
Yeah. So she was in there. You know what? I must have really been bored by Sophia's credits because I didn't even write them down.
Estelle, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, she's just boring. So
man, I can only imagine what this is going to be as a rating.
You know, she's one of those actresses that shows up for 5 years, makes a bunch of movies.
Flash in the pan.
And then gone she goes. Not like Dick Van Patten.
DVP.
Everybody knows. Dick Van Patten is connected to this film. I went through Sylvester Stallone. Now you might say, well, Tim, Sylvester Stallone's been in like 4 movies before. Yeah, but we were doing Pauly Shore, remember?
Yeah.
So now we're trying to connect him to DVP. Oh, God. Why do I always put this stuff so small? But I was able to connect him through Tango and Cash to James Hong. James Hong is a character actor. He's probably in the 200 to 300 movie range.
Oh, my gosh.
He made a ton of movies. I always remember him from Big Trouble in Little China. He was great in that.
Oh, yeah.
But what is the heck of that?
Why don't you type this out so you know?
Joker's Wild. That's what it was. The movie
Game
Joker's
show?
Wild. I believe it's a Western.
I don't know.
I looked into it a little bit and I went, okay, this is one of these DVP movies that might have a bunch of connections. I'm going to have to get to know it better.
Great.
But that's good old DVP, ladies and gentlemen. So
let's hear your rating. I can only imagine.
wait, what do you mean you can only imagine? I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
What do you think I'm going to give it?
It's not going to be high. It's going to be at least a.
Here's the thing. We had Johnny Be Good last week. I gave it a 3.
Yeah.
Johnny Be Good is not a good movie.
Oh, this is not a good movie either. So.
This movie had more potential.
Oh.
Than,
Well.
But it pissed it away.
Oh.
In such a way that it probably, this movie angers me more than Johnny Be Good. But at least it was made by a director that's professional, that seemed to know what he was doing. Where Johnny Be Good, I kind of wondered who was running the thing. So I went back and forth, but I am going to give it 3. Which is better than what I had written down at first. I was really unhappy with this film. So, yeah.
This is going to be a tough season, man.
Well, you've got some good movies coming up.
We think so.
I know you're going to come back pretty good. You got some strong films. This was not one of them. Ultimately, my feeling in a movie like this is when you watch a movie about Formula One and you know nothing about Formula One,
Right.
if the movie really works, I should at least be interested or curious about watching the sport. I will not watch Formula One racing if being tortured. I don't think I would do it based on this movie because it looks like it's just a confusing mess of people going around to the left.
Okay.
It just, NASCAR, when I watch Days of Thunder, I'm like, okay, NASCAR's kind of a thing. That's kind of neat. This movie did not make me feel interested in Formula One at all.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what movie did get me interested in driving?
What?
Cannonball Run. Cannonball Run, baby. That's a movie.
That's
a movie.
That's a movie.
Yeah, and that got a much higher score, if you recall.
I do recall.
You know what time it is, Jeff?
Trivia time.
Jeff, how do we do this?
Well, we ask each other a question. You have 3 questions. One of them is going to be one of them's not going to be true. The other 2 are going to be real. You got to pick out the false one out of them.
Correct.
And because of my lengthy thinking process, you're on a minute.
I got a clock too.
Okay, we're on a clock now, so we're on clocks.
Yeah, because Jeff sits there for 30
Because I figure it out. I use
Okay.
deductive reasoning.
Okay. Who's going first?
I'll go first this time.
Okay,
I'll
Jeffy.
read first.
Give me 3.
When do you start the timer? After I finish the last question.
Yeah, when it's
Just
deliberation
checking.
time.
Just checking, Richard Dawson. Just mind finding out.
Christ.
Okay, here we go. Shortly after Stallone put his name on Planet Hollywood, Sylvester Stallone put his name on the Planet Hollywood franchise, he, Schwarzenegger, and Willis bought and branded a F1 car, which led to this movie. Next question. Burt Reynolds, who plays in Driven, scored 2 touchdowns while playing football at Florida State University.
Who? Burt Reynolds?
Burt Reynolds.
Okay.
And 3, Estelle Warren was a Canadian synchronized swimmer before becoming a model and an actress. Those are your 3 questions.
Estelle Warren. Who's Estelle Warren?
Sophia.
Oh, Sophia?
Yeah.
So she was a model before doing this.
No, she was a synchronized swimmer before she became an actress.
Oh, because of that scene where she's...
Okay, just start the timer, all right? See, you're cheating now.
No, I didn't
You're
hit
trying
the
to
right button.
No, you're starting to try to
Did
talk
it go?
about it out. There you go.
Okay, well, I had a legitimate question.
we only
Okay,
have
so
30
the first one was what again?
First one was that Stallone and Schwarzenegger and Willis got a Planet Hollywood F1 car, and that's what led to this movie. Burt Reynolds scored 2 touchdowns while at Florida State University.
Okay, I'm good. The first one is the lie.
Which one's that?
It sounds true, Planet Hollywood, but I'm going to say that one is the lie because the other 2 are about sports and I don't care about it. I was?
Yeah. I thought that I wrote that so well to make it sound.
You know what the funniest part about that is, Jeff?
What?
I read Burt Reynolds' autobiography.
So you knew that one was right.
No, because I didn't care.
Oh.
He probably wrote about it in his thing. I can tell you who his favorite director is. It's Hal Needham, because that's interesting to me. He wrote a couple chapters about his football time, and I'm like, okay, I'm not getting down with this.
So basically, when I ask you these questions, if they're sports related, you just don't care.
Not true.
But I do
Not
with sports related because
but
mine
a lot
is a
of
sports
times,
end of this.
yeah, and a lot of times you bring up these things, and I'm like, well, it could be true.
Okay.
You know, the other one I was looking at was the synchronized swimming thing, because I'm like, well, you would think that she was based on that, but they also could have just brought in a synchronized swimmer to do that scene. You know, it could have been a stunt person.
So, but just so the people listening and watching, I'm never going to do something to Tim where it was like, he actually scored 3 touchdowns instead of 2.
Right.
I would never do that.
Right. It's never going to be that petty.
Right. Okay. So,
Okay,
right.
now I have to go through my trivia before I read them
And
to
I got to
you,
look
because
this way,
knew,
folks, because his...
You knew about some of these.
Did I? Damn it. I like sounding intelligent when I'm talking about it, but then I'm thinking I'm probably screwing myself on trivia, but whatever.
Okay, hold on. I got to figure out which ones I'm going to give you now.
All right.
Because you screwed it up for me.
I screwed up for myself.
Yet again.
Screwed up for myself.
Okay. All right. I think I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the stuff. Let me mark down which one's one, because I had to move these around. The Stuff is one of the movies playing at the Starcourt Mall during the 3rd season of the television series Stranger Things. The plot point of characters compulsively eating something and turning into mindless zombies is shared between the TV show Stranger Things and The Stuff.
That was one question?
That's the first item.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so basically, is The Stuff playing at the Starcourt
gotcha.
Mall? Number 2, Larry Cohen wanted to cast Arsenio Hall as Chocolate Chip Charlie, but they ended up going with Garrett Morris instead.
Okay.
And number 3, in 1985, the film was actually released on Betamax, despite the format being officially retired 2 years previous. And thus it's a very lucrative beta to have, to collect.
Okay, start the timer.
Oh, that's right.
All right, so let's just run this through my head here.
I do enjoy watching you complain.
But anyways, so that first one was awfully long.
Graphic. That
And
graphics beautiful.
that one, hey, what are you doing? Why are you? I gotta think. Stop this. Okay, Arsenio Hall, was he even around? He had his own talk show at that time.
I wouldn't bring
No,
him
he
up
didn't.
if he wasn't around.
Okay, but he was around. Okay, I only got 10 seconds here. Hold on. Okay, Stranger Things, that was a long ass question, so sometimes that's the false one is going to be Betamax. Betamax is false.
Betamax is false?
Yep. That's what I'm talking about. That's
You got
what
it.
I'm talking
You
about.
got it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so you might be wondering, well, which items?
Yeah, what did I hit off?
Okay, the ones that you mentioned, because you read the IMDb trivia.
I skim it, folks, because I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, Mira Sorvino did debut in this
Yeah.
movie. She's a future Academy Award winner.
I know, for what?
Was in this movie.
What was for Aphrodite? What was it called? It was
Mighty Aphrodite.
Yeah, there you go.
It was a Woody Allen movie.
I don't like that.
Clara Peller is the name of the Where's the Beef person.
You were really going to put that in
the
there?
same scene she shares with Abe Vigoda of Barney Miller.
Oh, man, I knocked that one out of the park, man.
The one that I didn't use for a lie was, for a brief period, a creamy yogurt was put on the market as the stuff to be a tie-in for the film. When the film underperformed, it was removed from store shelves before a larger campaign could be launched. And I'm like, that's too close to his Planet Hollywood thing. I can't use that.
Yeah.
So,
see, folks?
this is why I have backups. And actually, just to point things out to you, I actually reviewed the movie, The Stuff, previously on Dead On Movie Reviews. You can go through the old episodes, and you can find that episode like 100 years ago.
Was your review like similar to mine?
No, it was coherent. It used complete words. But
Let's see what the score is, though, Tim.
I'm filling it in as we speak.
Well,
I pulled ahead because of the extreme lack of... Had you not got the trivia, that would have helped me a lot. But you did a good job seeing through that one.
yeah.
And frankly, breaking my good questions. So
I'm
you're
just happy
not
to be
far behind.
I'm
We
just
are
happy to be
very
here.
competitive in inning number
Well, look
3.
at these scores you're giving me. You're giving me 2 threes. I mean, come on.
I'm wondering why we have applause going on in the background. To be
They're still applauding from last season when I was a season winner for season 9.
I don't know what is going on. Something got turned on that wasn't
Champ.
supposed to be turned on. Why do you do that, Jeff?
I turn people on. That's all I can say.
There it is. Now we got that out of there.
All right.
Jeez. But I still got confetti.
Because there's
Do you
still
see the
raining down-
confetti?
No, I don't. I'm blind. Yes, I see it.
You don't see it? Jeff,
I do
it's
see
right
it.
there.
Where? I don't see it. What are you talking
Well,
about? I don't see
It
it.
was there. You are trying to gaslight me, young man.
Let's see what next week's movies are. Or next show's
Why are
movie.
you rushing me? Why am I being rushed through this? First, we have to tell everybody to tune in for our special Halloween edition
You gotta
of
watch that.
Dead on Thursdays, coming this next Thursday.
Yeah.
And coming up, this is almost as exciting.
No, that's always exciting.
We have Monday Mayhem
With McIntyre and Miller.
coming on Mondays. That show is just completely unhinged. You're gonna love it.
Yeah. Bring your spaghetti.
If you're a crazy person, that's the show for you.
If you're a crazy person, really,
There you go.
let's go. What do we
All
got?
right, so coming up
Oh.
on November 13th,
Oh, cool. All right.
we have the movie Summer Catch coming up against Barbarian.
Have you
Tell us
ever-
about Summer Catch.
Summer Catch is a pretty cool movie. It's got Freddie Prinze Jr. in there and Jessica Biel.
I'm looking forward to
And-
this. I have not seen this movie. I am a bit of a Freddie Prinze Jr. fan, and I'm a big fan of Jessica Biel.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, for
Anyways,
obvious reasons.
well, there's a real Anyways, so this is like not minor league baseball. This is like baseball underneath minor leaguers. These are the college players that aren't quite minor leaguers yet.
The Milwaukee Milkmen? Are they professional or
They're not professional.
Semi-professional.
They're
Okay.
the next step is they're going to the big leagues, and they play out in.
No, the next step is the minor leagues, right?
But some of these guys are good enough that they might go even further.
Okay.
I mean, if they could get discovered
Okay,
here, and they
yeah.
go to minor leagues or they go there, whatever. But anyways, the big clubs are looking at them here in Massachusetts. It's really
Why
fun.
would anybody look at anybody in Massachusetts?
But they actually live with like the Kenosha Kingfish here in Wisconsin, the Kenosha Kingfish, the Lakeshore Chinooks. This is the same level as those. The players there actually live with families. Families actually put them up like foreign exchange students. They're their exchange student for the summer.
I'm looking forward to
It's
this
good.
film.
It's a lot of fun.
You should be looking forward to the family film Barbarian.
I kind of
a
am.
very nice, sweet, soothing type of film that is like the warm embrace of falling asleep.
Which isn't probably true one bit. But when this came out, I think a couple years ago, it just looked
It was recent, but yeah.
it looked like intriguing, or maybe it's just the poster. I don't know, but something makes me want to see this movie, and I don't know what it'll be
Now,
like.
I will tell you, this is going to be a challenge for Jeffy.
Is it?
And the reason it's going to be a challenge is it takes a while to get going.
Oh, jeez.
It takes a while. In fact, you're going to be sitting there going, did I get the right movie? What is something
Seriously?
supposed to happen? But once it gets going,
Seriously?
you're messed up.
Great.
It's one of those movies. They set stuff up, and then it just goes and goes and goes.
So, do I need to have Tango with me?
You will need Tango.
Oh, God.
This is a Tango need, not want, need to have the Tango-astic there for you.
Tango's my dog.
Yeah. And also Sly Stallone. What was Tango's first name? Do you remember Tango and Cash's first names?
Reno. I don't know.
Usually you're good on this.
I am.
Ray Tango
Yep.
and Gabe Cash.
Gabriel Cash. Yep.
Gabriel Cash.
Yeah. That. Yep. Once you said that. Yep.
Yeah, and they were in prison together and dropping soap.
See,
There was a scene about that.
There was.
There's a scene about that. So don't give me this, oh, Tim, you're making it something that's not. It's in the movie.
There was a scene, yes.
In the movie.
You think those were stunt rear ends, or you think those were their rear ends?
I think they're too conceited. There's no way they would let somebody else put their rear end.
Really? And I thought it was the other way around. I thought they didn't want to look bad.
No, I think they're like, my ass is perfect. In fact, I can picture that. All right. Hey, we're a little bit over time anyway. We're going to close it up. Yeah, that never happens on this show except for every week. Not every week. Just the weeks it's Dead on the Bases. And we want to thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you.
Tell a friend about our show and see if you can keep them as a friend.
And go
It's
to
a challenge.
And go to my email. Send me an email.
Send Jeff an email. Jeff@otherworldlyculture.com. .com, not .gov. It's time to close the crypt. We're calling the game.
Just confused everybody.
Thank you for watching. And remember to share and subscribe to our program. We would love to have you be a part of all the Otherworldly Culture fun here at otherworldlyculture.com. You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Pandora, iHeart, TuneIn, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you find podcasts. So for Dead on the Bases, remember everybody, if it's sports,
it's a home run.
If it's horror, run home. We're Dead on the Bases, and we'll see you next time. Otherworldlyculture.com. The stuff.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yum, 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 yum. What the hell? I thought I was sitting next to Pac-Man over here. Oh, yes. For our Generation Z listeners, Pac-Man was a video game that was popular in the late 70s and early 80s. It later became a Saturday morning television show.
It did?
That absolutely sucked.
It did?
It was almost as bad as the movie Driven, made in 2001. It's a 3.
Did Pac-Man have legs, or was he always in a video game?
I'll show you a picture, and you're gonna hate it.
All right.
You're gonna hate it.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.